Hello, all my wonderful people. Hopefully, you all can hear me. I'm always terrible at doing these live streams with the audio. I never get it right. I have a guest with me today. Oh, yep. Looks like the audio is working. So, happy Friday. Hope you all had a great and wonderful week. I know my week was busy. It's always busy. It's great. I like being busy. I like being busy at work for sure. It makes the week go by very quickly. So, anyway, hopefully y'all had a good week. Today, I won't be on very long, maybe just like a half hour or so, about probably about a half hour. That's about where we're gonna make it, the deadline, the cut. So, y'all got questions about IT and stuff. Let's talk about IT. I love talking about technology. That's fun. And I have a cat with me, so we're good. We're just gonna chill. It's been a crazy week for you, Dakota. I gotta put the I gotta put this over there. There we go. Why am I'm out of focus because now the camera is focusing on the microphone. Way to go, camera. What do I do exactly? Um, well, it's a hard question to answer. I like to consider myself a Zach of all trades. That's what I will often refer to myself as. I don't know if that's appropriate. I feel like it's appropriate because I do a lot of different things. Right now, my current role, my current position is a brand manager for TCM Security. At TCM Security, we do the penetration testing. We do penetration testing services, ethical hacking services. Companies pay us to come and hack their organization and tell them how to make things more secure. We also train people how to become hackers, which is that's where my passion is at. I love our academy that we have. So TCM Academy, um, we have like we have 13 courses now that teach you how to become an ethical hacker. Very practical, real world, hands on. Um, Nothing like you'll ever see out there right now. That's what I hear from all of the people who go through our courses. So, but I do like all of our marketing and stuff for that. And I've worked in IT since like I don't know 2000 ish, something like that. I've worked in IT for a very long time. My whole career started doing websites though. Websites and internet marketing. That's where the career of IT career questions got started. Internet marketing, building websites. That was a ton of fun. And then in like 2008 ish, probably, yeah, about 2007, 2008, that's when I started to make the transition into the infrastructure side of the IT world because I found that I'm much more, I enjoyed working with people much more. And I just enjoyed the infrastructure. Like I enjoyed working with the hardware, with the servers, with the computers, like being actually like hands on with some of that stuff back then. Um, it was different than just sitting behind a computer and trying to build a website all day, every day. It got boring. So now I help people. I don't know why the camera keeps focusing on the microphone, but it's driving me nuts. Maybe I got to move it over a little bit. I don't know. Why is it doing that? That is some mm, weird focusing issues. This is my new camera. So trying out the new camera. So I hope somebody yells at me because I'm actually watching my screen right now. And I yelled at people for watching their screen when they're recording videos, but I'm troubleshooting right now. I have an excuse. Plus, I got to watch the chat. Mark McClure. What's up, Mark McClure? What suggestions would I have to get up to a senior sysadmin? Well, what level are you at right now? Um, obtaining a senior role typically means that you have quite a few years of experience under your belt, like at least 5, 6, 7+ years of experience. That's typically where you're going to see types of senior roles, right? And that's even within, like, say you become a systems administrator. Typically, it's going to take you a couple of years before you get up to that senior level, right? Um, but that could all depend on your drive, the things that you learn along the way, the opportunities that come along. But the best way to get down that path of becoming a senior sysadmin, right? Obviously, is getting the experience as a sysadmin, right? Like that's one clear way to get there because ultimately, like the most important thing in a senior role is the experience that you bring to the table. There's not necessarily going to be like a certification that's going to help you get to this senior position that you want to be in. Oftentimes, senior roles like you have those years of experience and you're specializing in something. You're very focused in one area within system administration. Maybe it's like just giving very broad, stupid examples, but backups, right? Maybe you're in charge of the backups, or maybe you're in charge of like Outlook, or if you have like Outlook on prem still, which a lot of organizations still do. But maybe you're in charge of that, right? Like there could be extremely large organizations where like you're just focused on one thing, like imaging, right? For instance, like super large organizations might have like a system administrator that is in charge of all of the images that go out on all of the computers. And they might have like some type of alternate or like title that's not system admin that falls along those lines anyway. But job titles in IT are so stupid. So stupid. 5 years as a support specialist and 1 year as a sysadmin. So I mean, yeah, you'll get up to that level eventually, right? Like you have to look at in your current organization, do they have senior roles, available? What do those senior roles require? You can go out on indeed.com and you can search for senior systems administrator roles on there and look at those job descriptions and see what they're asking for. Are they looking for specific experience in, XYZ? Are they looking for specific certifications? That can start to give you an idea of like the things that you need to be putting some of your focus on and learning to help you get to that next level of becoming a senior sysadmin. I hope that helps. Root cause, you're an IT level 1 and you think it's boring. Basically password reset, install software, and update AD. Yep. But guess what? You're getting experience, and experience is king. So keep getting that experience in that boring role because you'll eventually be able to move up. Start thinking about what you want to do next. Start aligning your learning path towards what's next. Lester, is there a faster way to get to cybersecurity besides working at help desk for a few years and getting certs route? Networking, getting on the LinkedIn and networking with people. Yeah, that's it. That is the quickest way into any career, into any position. It's always going to be networking. It's all about who you know, not what you know, right? Like that statement I think is going to outlast time itself, right? Maybe not time itself, but you know what I mean. It's always about who you know. So yes, the fastest route into any position, definitely going to be networking. Get on LinkedIn, go on meetup.com, see if there's meetups in your area that are, cybersecurity focused. Attend those, get yourself out there so people can see you and get familiar with you, contribute to the community, be part of the community. That is huge, especially in cybersecurity. So those are some pro tips there for you. Tiffany Brown, what's likely your chances to get into cybersecurity without Security Plus if you have a bachelor's experience and security clearance? Um, I mean, so with the security clearance, right? Like having a security clearance is going to help you get roles within like, different types of government organizations and or organizations associated with the government or governments, right? Oftentimes the government requires you have the security plus certification, especially like not especially like they often will require that certification. So not having that certification and a secret clearance, like you might find some issues there. I'm not saying the possibility isn't there. From my knowledge of just understanding, I guess, that side of the industry. Um, you'll definitely want to have a security plus to go along with your secret clearance for sure. There's Evan Alligator. Hey, Evan Alligator, it's good to see you, sir. He says, if you've got a secret clearance, you're going to need the security plus to touch DoD systems as an admin. There you go. He would know. He knows these things. He's smart. He's smarter than I. Mohammed, what's up? Would you consider business analyst an IT role using Python and SQL to make decisions and analyze data? I mean, it falls under the world of IT, right? Um, Python and SQL are definitely part of the technology world for sure. It's definitely, I think, argued amongst many people whether any type of business analyst, data analyst in general role is like IT related, but at the end of the day, like you're sitting behind a computer and you're really kind of utilizing technology to a completely different level, right? You're definitely IT related, right? Like that's an IT role. But I'm sure somebody else would argue and say like, no, that's a business role because they're helping us analyze our datas and stuff. Which, yeah, like there's so many arguments left and right on that, right? But your experience will tell you. Your experience says no matter what, like you have IT, like you have IT experience. That's what I'm getting at. I shouldn't even talk today. I shouldn't have done a live stream because I feel like I can't talk tonight. I feel like I say that every live stream, and I feel like I've said that more frequently since having the corona virus. Now YouTube is going to flag this and demonetize me for life. What quote are you stealing? You can steal my quotes. That's fine. Should you go for an associate? Should you go for an associate's degree or a bachelor's of computer science? You hate code and you recently graduated from high school. Now tell me what you should do. You should do whatever it is that you feel like doing, because I have no idea what your life circumstances are like. I have no idea who you are. Ultimately, the best decision that you can make is going to be the decision that you make. That sounds like a terrible answer for you, but I'm not going to sit here and try to make a life altering decision for you. Um, that's not what we're here to do. We're definitely here to point you in different directions, but I'm not going to tell you what to do by any means. I have a phone call, however, that I must attend to because I don't know why they're calling me. So, how do I do this? How do I make a phone call in the stream without like killing the stream? Find out. Let's see. You guys will hear my conversation. It'll be all good. Hello. Uh, so apparently I have to do a FaceTime. Hello, we're on a live stream right now. You're live streaming with me. Maverick fell asleep. They both fell asleep? For real? Mm, my wife left with the kids to go somewhere, and both of my children are now sleeping in the car, and it's been like 15 minutes since she's left. I literally started the live stream like 2 minutes after she left. My kids are sleeping. Anyway, that's what you called for. I appreciate that because that's really cute. Okay, bye. Thank you. Love you. Bye. Aw, I love having kids. They're pretty neat. Can't believe they're sleeping though. Anyway, yes, I'm not going to make decisions for you, my friend. But I will ultimately tell you, just so if there's anybody here that wants to ask questions about degrees, degrees are not required to work in IT. However, having a degree, whether that's an associate's or a bachelor's, even your gosh darn doctorate, right? Like they're always going to be helpful for you. Are they always going to be a requirement? No. Are they going to be a requirement sometimes? Yes. So you have to keep that in mind. Also, if you are looking to become like any type of like management director, you're looking to go down the route of like becoming a CISO one day, like oftentimes you're going to find a degree is required for those positions. Oftentimes. So keep that in mind as well. But again, you don't have to have a degree to work in IT. I don't have a degree. I didn't get my first IT certification until 2019. And in 2019, I guess I would consider I was a full-time YouTuber in 2019. So I didn't even need to go get a certification, but I wanted to. So I did. Scrolling through questions here, y'all. But I hope everybody had a great week though. Seriously. I hope you guys are like doing fun stuff, whether you're working, going to school, just trying to figure out your life. Like I hope it was just a decent week. Super feel good Inc. Do I see blockchain IoT creating more information technology jobs in the near future? Creating more jobs, that's so hard to say. And especially like when we talk about the future, it's so hard to predict the future, especially when it comes to information technology. IT grows at like a pace like no other industry does, right? It changes in the blink of an eye. Um, if you would have asked me about the cloud 5 years ago, right? Like I would have been like, I don't see it, like being as popular as it is now. Maybe 5 years ago is probably a bad example. Like 8 years ago, yeah, I'd be like, cloud's stupid, right? But boy, oh boy, has the cloud really, really just exploded in the last 5 years, It's, I never would have saw that coming necessarily. Really, honestly. Um, so yeah, it's hard to predict the future, Like my biggest concern about the cloud and the reason why I say that, like why I didn't see the cloud becoming a big thing, like as big as it is because of security. I and I still like am concerned about the cloud because of security. Um, eh, so yeah, like that. I just was. I don't know. I was wrong. But yeah, it's so hard to predict the future in IT. Everything just freaking goes so fast. Have I heard much about the Immersive Labs training platform? I have not heard about the Immersive Labs training platform. Uh, any advice for a guy who wants to leave his job as a dentist and wants to pursue something in IT? You always like solving related to computers. Um, Man, you're a dentist right now and you wanna go work in IT? It's quite the change, right? I would ask back to you, like, what specifically interests you about IT? And that's something that you might have to take some time and dive into. So that might be, like, getting more like, on other YouTube channels and seeing, like, looking up job IT roles, right? And then looking up on YouTube, like, what do people in these specific roles do? And you'll more than likely find a video, a day in the life of, network engineer, day in the life of a cybersecurity analyst, day in the life of a penetration tester, XYZ, blah, 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 list goes on. Um, Look into that. Like, see what are those jobs pique your interest, you know? That's honestly like the best way I think for people to kind of like figure this out nowadays. YouTube has been magic for people trying to figure out their path into IT, and that's why I started doing this in the first place, is because I wanted to help people. I'm trying to figure out what this is on my shirt. Sorry, leave it to me. Spilling stuff on a brand new shirt already. Anyway, I hope that helps. Oops, I didn't mean to click that. Look, this person says no degree and no cert landed a role with a massive OpenStack cloud infrastructure company. It happens. Brian D, do I have any recommendations for smaller pen testing red team firms that have a great work environment? Your last job in InfoSec, and I cannot talk today. Your last job in InfoSec was for a huge corp, and it was awful. Like as far as finding jobs for smaller pen testing organizations, like that's what you want recommendations on. Man, that can be difficult to do. LinkedIn, obviously, like I'm always going to like point to LinkedIn for finding so many different resources nowadays, especially when it comes to finding work. LinkedIn is going to be one of your best resources for sure. And you can definitely look at a lot of different organizations on LinkedIn, even Glassdoor. Just start finding some of these smaller organizations, and like once you get on LinkedIn and like start seeing, some of the smaller orgs, you'll start to see like other smaller organizations that are related to them, like them, similar to them. So you should start getting results like that, because algorithms are great. um Start looking at how many employees these organizations have, and then start looking at any job postings they've had, and see like the things that they're looking for in an employee, right? That'd be a great way to kind of pinpoint a path towards smaller organizations, right? um I don't want to go too much into detail in that, because I would love to sit here and talk about um how that could specifically relate to TCM. But that'd be such a long conversation. But I think what I said already would probably be helpful. What's up, InfoSec Pat? How you doing, sir? Ulysses, you just got your first IT job. Your responsibilities include imaging computers, managing AD, onboarding probably like new hires, doing termination requests, and shipping out employee hardware. Is this level one? Yes, very much. I mean, that's more like, um, yeah, it's level one, essentially. Yeah. Uh, I honestly, like, I hate when people ask questions similar. Not that I hate your question, not that I'm, like, saying this is a bad question. Please don't take it this way. It's just so hard to answer these types of questions, because level 1, when you consider, like, what level 1 does, right? A level 1, like, IT technician, level 1 help desk, level 1 SOC analyst, level 1 knock analyst, right? If you take a look at what a level 1 position does at one organization and compare that to another organization, they're going to be often doing completely different things, like just completely different things. Even though they have the same exact job role, same exact job title, they're level 1, they're both level 1, they're both level 2, whatever. Like, oh man, it's so hard to say. Like, what does your organization consider level one? Because like whatever your organization considers level one might be like level two in another organization. It might be level three for another organization. It really depends. So I just wanted to clear that up. I'll point down a little bit for you. There you go. Red Team Hackers, Heroes in a Pop Shell. I just got the shirt today. I'm super stoked about it. It's so nerdy. And my 5-year-old just started getting into Ninja Turtles. We've been playing the Ninja Turtles game on the PS5. So he was all jacked up about this shirt, except he's like trying to like figure out the letters, because the letter. He like looks at it, he's like, those letters don't match. That does not say Ninja Turtles. He's like, just like, what does it say, Daddy? I'm like, oh, I can't tell you. I was tricking him. Sorry, excuse me. But he was so excited about it, and I was so excited about it because I'm just a freaking nerd. I don't know, man. I got it on T Republic, I think it was. Tachyon. You just finished your first week of first. I cannot talk, man. I give up. First week of help desk. Congratulations. Thank you for all your help. Thank you for all my help. I'm glad that I could have helped you in any way. Tachyon. Stoked to try out Shredder's Revenge with the boys. Dude, Shredders, it was awesome. Like, it was really short. That was the only thing. It was only like 15 levels, and I feel like it was really, really short. But my 5-year-old and I beat the game, which I mean, we played it on easy, but that was really cool. Like, I'm so happy that him and I got to experience that already. Because like I remember playing this, almost the exact same like Ninja Turtles game on the NES, the regular Nintendo Entertainment System, right? Um, Man, oh gosh, those are the days. I love that game. That's like 1990 all over again. Hang on, trying to like, I hate this keyboard. I need to move. Um, Sorry, I had to look something up here real quick. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, sorry. I was reading something. Had to look something up. I lost my train of thought. I'm getting like squirrel moments, ADHD coming in hard. Your question got skipped. Oh, hey Mitch, I can't answer all of the questions. It's so hard. Oh, hey Mitch, you say finances aren't an issue. Do you think a BS in IT is worth it? Looking for a college called WGU. A lot of people have great, tremendous success with WGU. I'm surprised Brandon's not in here. He will probably, his ears are probably ringing, and he'll come in here and say, "Yes, WGU is the best thing ever." Um, it's fine. What more do you want to know about it? A lot of people have had success. That's like the best answer I can give you. Joey, this is a great question. How long does it take to study for the Comptia A plus usually? Depends. Everybody's different. Everybody learns differently. I couldn't even tell you if there's probably an average, and I wouldn't tell you if there was an average because it would probably be, I don't know. I don't feel like it would. There can't be an average. I couldn't tell you how long it would take. Honestly, somebody's going to come in here and be like, "Oh, I studied for both CompTIA A plus exams in 3 weeks and passed." Somebody else is going to come in here and be like, "I tried to take the CompTIA A plus core one and I failed it the first time. And then I went and took the CompTIA A plus core two, and it took me 3 tries to pass that. Right. And that's in the span of like a year and a half. Like everybody is so different. And it's so hard to like give you any type of accurate estimation there. The best advice that I can tell you is there are plenty, like there is a plethora of um like A plus practice questions out there, like practice like uh exams. That's what I was looking for. These practice exams have like tons of questions in there similar to what you'll find on the A plus. Go through like all the different practice exams that you can. There's even paid ones out there, and I know like IT Pro TV. They, if you sign up for their platform, like their premium subscription model or whatever the heck it is that they have, use the coupon code ITCQ30 because that saves you 30% off, and that's big. Um, because it comes down to like 34 bucks a month. And with the 34 bucks a month, you get access to their entire platform, which includes like all of their training material for CompTIA A plus. It also includes labs, so you can actually get some, hands-on experience with some of the A plus stuff. There's not very many labs, but whatever's there definitely going to be worth it. And then they also have practice exams for the A plus on IT Pro TV. I would highly suggest checking that out. Like 100% of the time. IT Pro TV, I'll put it in the chat, www.itpro.tv, coupon code ITCQ30. Scrolling through questions, I'm probably going to miss some questions here. I apologize for that. It's hard to keep up with y'all sometimes. Need to close out of some windows here. Hold on. Please hold. And I don't think Restream shows super chats, and that's kind of annoying. Oh, I gotta make that bigger. Steve, you're trying to get into cybersecurity. What certifications do I recommend? Also, what's my opinion over Juniper certification versus Network Plus? I would never recommend a Juniper certification ever, honestly. The reason for that being is if you let's go out on the Indeed.com. Let's take a look. Let me pull open a window here. Indeed.com. I'll throw this window over yonder and let's see. Ooh, we nailed it right there. That's the perfect one to have. All right, what are we looking up here? We're looking up the JNCIA. JNCIA. That's 773 jobs for that, right? All right, so let's just look up Juniper. Juniper, just searching for Juniper has 5,400 results. Okay. All right. Let's look up Network Plus. This is always like a hard one. That's not, see, I don't know. I never remember if you can do exact params, but I think you can. Oh, you cannot. So it'd be maybe Comptia Network Plus. 9,000 jobs potentially. It's really hard to search for the Comptia certifications on Indeed, because the stupid plus, because it has a plus in there, it often makes search params difficult. But anyway, let's go CCNA. CCNA is going to have 15,000 jobs, right? So the JNCA had 773 jobs. The CCNA has 15,000 jobs. I'm going to tell you flat out 100% of the time, it is always going to be worth it for you to get your CCNA over any other type of like entry-ish level networking certification. So hands down, CCNA is more valuable than CompTIA Network Plus. Definitely going to be more valuable than a Juniper certification. And that's simply for marketing, right? Like as you saw, there's lots of jobs looking for the CCNA. A lot of people want to see you have a Cisco certification. Cisco is used everywhere, right? Like just seeing Cisco on a resume, people get excited about it. These are just facts. I'm not trying to be like, hey, you know, whatever Juniper is like negative things. That's not what I'm saying here. And I'm not saying necessarily that CompTIA is negative things. I'm saying the facts are the price that you're going to pay for that CCNA, it is the most valuable networking certification that you can get when you're just trying to get started here and figure things out. The CCNA is cheaper than the CompTIA Network Plus, and I don't understand that. Like that just blows my mind. I don't get that because of the value that CCNA brings. Like it's just, oh my gosh. Anyway, so there you go. Don't go take any Juniper networking challenges because those certifications are not worth it. I gave you the facts based on the indeed.com, right? Those are the results. The facts say the CCNA is the way to go. Man, Juniper must have paid that guy a lot of money to do that because we all know that the beard is all Cisco. So, man, confused on that one slightly, but if I had 17 kids and counting like that guy, you better believe that I would take a video in the shower with whatever bar of soap that, they paid him for. Totally would do it. 100%. Yes, I am talking mad crap right now subtly, if you haven't picked up on that. I like to have fun. Any communications courses I'd recommend for tech folks? Like what kind of communications are you getting at here? So A plus and then Network Plus, so A plus and then your CCNA. Like I would tell you, the Network Plus is an absolutely amazing learning experience. Okay. The Network Plus is not a it's not an experience that you want to have if you have to pay for that certification because your money is better off spent on a CCNA. The Juniper is free though. Why not? I mean, sure. If you want to, I will be very careful on my choice of words. Yes, if you want to get the knowledge of it, go ahead and do it. That's fine. That's fine. Go ahead and get the knowledge on it. It just does not have the value of anything else that's out there. Unless you work for an MSP that handles Juniper equipment. Yes. Okay. The facts are Cisco is just the reigning champion when it comes to networking. yes, there are going to be some Juniper networks out there. Juniper is trying to grow into whatever. There's also HP networking equipment out there, right? There's tons of other networking equipment out there. But at the end of the day, when you, as an IT professional or a future IT professional, are trying to figure out the best, like the best things that you can do to take your career to the next level or to get into the IT career, like Cisco is always going to be that best recommendation when you're talking about networking. So yes, you can take your time and go through a free Juniper thing and get that knowledge, which is fine, or you could take the time to go through your CCNA if you don't already have that and have literally one of the best certifications that you can have on your resume as far as marketability goes. And I mean, it's the CCNA is just it's a good certification all around. Nate Bush, it's a great question. Is it possible to go straight to CCNA without the A plus? I would tell people, and I would even tell you, I tell people this all the time. Even before you go and get your CCNA, there's a lot of information on that Network Plus that you could benefit from learning. Right? I will definitely agree on any point that is made that there's knowledge. There's a lot of knowledge on the Network Plus for you to obtain, but it's just like the knowledge that you need to obtain. Don't like let somebody else pay for that certification if they really want you to have it. I'm trying to help you out and giving you like the best advice in making yourself more marketable out there and giving you better chances of being successful in IT. Um, A plus, the knowledge that you're going to gain from that certification is it's extremely valuable. Um, Not all of it is going to be extremely valuable, but there's a lot of things on the A plus certification that I think everybody should know. Uh, Getting into IT, like there's so many fundamentals there. So I don't often, I don't say like you should. I don't want to say you should skip the A plus. I think you should learn some of the knowledge on the A plus, um, and then you could try. It's so hard to say because everybody learns differently. Everybody understands technology different. If I could sit down and have a conversation with you for an hour, um, I could tell you like, where you could start, but like I can't sit here and have one-on-one conversations with all of you to really dive into like your personality, your ability to learn, and all of these different things. It's so hard to say. Have people gone straight to the CCNA and skipped the A plus? Yes, they have. That isn't a for sure answer that I can give you. Do I recommend that? I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to recommend that necessarily. It's doable, but man, you're a bad test taker. Any suggestions? I'm a bad test taker too. That's one of the things like about like a lot of the certification exams that are out there. So many of the certification exams that you find out there are all multiple choice. And if you are really, really good at retaining information and ultimately like doing tests, like you can have a fairly easy time going through IT certification exams. You like, I don't want to go into too much detail about that because I don't want to give people bad ideas. Um, but let's just jump right to suggestions. I don't specifically have good suggestions when it comes to this because because I'm a bad test taker, right? Like I gave this advice earlier is like for any certification exam, like for most certification exams out there, they have practice tests. There's plenty of websites out there that have practice questions and things like that. It's best to go through that stuff as much as possible to help prepare you for the test. Um, and honestly, like when I went and took my Comptia Security Plus the very first time, I failed that thing, and it was the best experience. And I'm happy that I failed it. Like it sucked that I failed it, but it was the first time that I had ever stepped foot into, like a Pearson testing center, sat down in front of the computer and got to see that process. I've never seen it before in my life. So like me going into that exam. I was nervous just because I didn't know what to expect. Um, and like just going through it, like that whole experience, like just being able to experience that was valuable to me. And it was just like, okay, like I failed the Security Plus. I got to learn so much from that learning experience, right? Like that quote unquote failure. It wasn't a failure, it was a learning experience, right? But I learned so much from that, and just being able to step foot into that environment and experience that. Going into my Security Plus the second time, I was so comfortable. Like, I was just like, I was ready to go. Like, I was not that nervous. And I also like studied much harder for sure. Um, but yeah, sometimes like experiencing these things and having that L, right? Like getting that L can be a valuable learning experience in itself. Wait, what? Did you they added Active Directory to the A plus this go round if you read correctly? What? Let me Google that. Comptia A plus, what is it, 2022? What is it called now? Is it like the 1100 series or some nonsense? Comptia A plus. Let's just look up Comptia A plus. What is it? Domains, objectives, probably objectives for the 1101. Got it. Is there Active Directory? Let's do a Control F active. Windows Server with Active Directory and print management. Okay. Comptia include the sample list. Here, I'm like reading off of the screen. I could show you guys this one. This one. Mm, move this over some. Trying to fit it all on the screen there. It's not going to do it, but that's all right. So it says CompTIA has included the sample list of hardware and software to assist candidates as they prepare for the A plus Core 1 exam. This list may also be helpful for training companies that wish to create a lab component to their training offering. Okay. One of those things is Windows Server with Active Directory and print management. That's very, very interesting to see. And I'm glad that they finally included that. It only took you like, I don't know how many years of Active Directory being around to implement that. What does this say? CompTIA Instructor Network. Oh, this is interesting. Pull up all this info. This is the Core 2. Does Core 2 have it does have active CompTIA, what are you doing? Mm, it's so funny. Oh gosh. I want to say so many things about this right now, but I'm gonna be a nice boy. All right, so for CompTIA A plus Core 2 in domain 2.0 2.1 under security, so summarize various security measures and their purposes. Okay, so for A plus Core 2, wants you to summarize what Active Directory does, what a login script does, what a domain is, and the purposes of these things, right? So what is a domain? What does it do? That's good information that people should have. Group policy and updates. Yes, thank you, CompTIA, for including things like this. OUs, organizational units. All right. Home folder, folder redirection, and security groups. All right, CompTIA, you're upping your game a little bit here. That's good to see. I'm actually kind of shocked on this. I got to put this in my work chat because I am shocked by this. Honestly, that is kind of cool to see. We love talking about Active Directory at TCM Security. Let me tell you, man, Active Directory finally or CompTIA finally getting it together with it. Anyway, sorry, I've been skipping. Maybe they did have Active Directory on there years ago, but I I feel like they didn't. Heath Adams says good. He approves. I mean, I approve of that too. Like, I mean, only been telling people to learn Active Directory, I don't know, for like the past like 5 years on this YouTube channel. Um, and then, the wonderful Heath Adams with TCM Security made some training material with Active Directory as well. And then, like, oh man, like all of these organizations are starting to figure out, like, oh yeah, we should probably make sure that people understand Active Directory because it's freaking used everywhere. And at an entry level role, like so many different roles, right? Not just entry level specifically, but learn Active Directory for so many things. Sorry. There's so many things I want to say about this because it's just like fundamental things, right? And like ticketing systems, learn ticketing systems, right? Like why hasn't the A plus included things like this? Because like when you look at what the A plus is supposed to do, never mind. Forget it. I'm gonna stop hating. Dakota is sitting there like plugging his ears. Sorry, Dakota. I'm sorry I'm hating on Comptia. Not necessarily hating on Comptia. Sometimes I just don't know what the heck they're thinking. Sith, you made it to a live stream. Congratulations. Viking Riot, what's up? Great things to know for help desk for sure. Absolutely. You just started a new role. How's that going? Viking Riot. I'm talking to you specifically. If you are already in help desk, should you get the A plus certification? If an organization is requiring you to get that certification, then yes. Otherwise, you're already working in help desk. You already have experience. Your experience working in help desk already trumps that A plus certification. So, like, there's your answer. But like ultimately, like some organization down the line could potentially say, like, hey, we really want you to have this A plus certification. It's a requirement to work here, and you may just have to do that. Uh, Gilver, you just passed both in May and you don't recall it having been on there. Yes. So they just put out a new Comptia A plus certification. What, like July 1st, maybe? Like really, just like really recently. They just released a new A plus certification. So man, Nathan, here we go. I love talking. Let's see. Having AD on the A plus makes so much sense given that like 90% of the help desk is scrolling through, comparing permissions, objects, fixing account names, and resetting passwords. Yes. Amen. What's this one? It says literally had to manage issues in AD on your second day of work. Yes. Yes. Oh, I do get to see super chats in here. Super chat, $2 USD. Hey, you got to run. Have a good one, you rock star. Thank you. And thank you for the super chat. You are speaking the truth. AD is vital to learn. 100%. Just like for entry level role, like here are the 3 requirements for entry level IT: customer service, Active Directory, ticketing systems. 3 things. Like if you can do those 3 things, like you are qualified for a help desk role. You are qualified for entry level IT. Welcome. We welcome you to this field. We want you to be here because customer service is such a valuable skill to have. And when you're working any type of entry level role, you're often going to be facing customers. And if you can deal with a customer, well, you can work in IT. Like these are just facts, y'all. It's just facts. And then if you can learn Active Directory and a ticketing system, like you're just golden. Oh, and then Google. I guess number 4, we'd have to include the 4th one because it's definitely Google. Like all day, you will be Googling the things. If you can become a Google guru along with the things listed, you will be a help desk professional in no time. Ryan, you're going through your AD lab on GitHub now and hope to share it soon. Definitely tag me in that. I love seeing Active Directory labs. It's legit for sure. You recently graduated with diploma in networks. You don't know if you can work in help desk? Sure you can. Anybody can work in help desk, I promise you. I don't mean to make it sound like it's like a monkey can do it, but help desk in so many positions with like entry level positions, um, I'm just gonna stop myself. Never mind. Anybody can work in help desk. Anybody. I really mean that. I mean, some people aren't going to be cut out for it at the end of the day. Like that's the other facts of this, right? Like anybody can do it. Can anybody stick to it? Probably not. Can everyone be good at it? No, absolutely not. Huh. Can I say my opinion on pass guarantee boot camps? Scam guarantee boot camps. That is what I would tell you. My my opinion would be that it's a scam guarantee. I hate boot camps. Boot camps are stupid waste of money. Unless somebody else is paying for it. If you have to pay for a boot camp out of your own pocket, it's a waste of money. If somebody else is going to pay for that boot camp for you, yeah, go do it for sure. Do everything else on somebody else's money. Want to stand out immediately? Learn to automate account creation with PS or Python on Help Desk. They'll notice for sure. I have a video series that walks you through Active Directory, installing Active Directory, configuring Active Directory. And I think the last video in that series shows you how to import hundreds of users into Active Directory with PowerShell. It's amazing. One thing about PowerShell is, if you don't know this, PowerShell is very powerful. It is, I promise. Are there any other common IT entry points besides help desk? Yeah, so it's going to come down to this whole job title thing, and job titles in IT are so stupid. But there's like technician roles, like IT, information technology technician, information technology specialist, information technology associate, analyst. Like the list can literally go on. Somebody said data center tech, SOC analyst, knock analyst. Like there are so many. Sorry, I have to do this right now because it's driving me nuts. There's so many different entry level IT roles that are out there. You'll just often hear people refer to an entry level role as help desk because it's just like the easiest catch all of things. And to like further that, right? Like a help desk position in one organization could be like completely different from a help desk position in another organization. Job titles are stupid. Somebody said that their boot camp at New Horizons got them in the door. Um, okay, so the boot camp didn't get you in the door. Your hard work got you in the door. Your personality got you into the door. The boot camp may have helped you with some things, but ultimately at the end of the day, like New Horizons wasn't there with you during the interview. They weren't holding your hand during that interview, right? Like you did that work. They helped you. But I'm leading up to saying that there are a bajillion other organizations out there that could have done the same thing for literally thousands of dollars less or free. And so like boot camps are very, very predatory towards people who are trying to get into IT. And it's very, very frustrating. And it makes me very, very upset. So I will always be vocal about that garbage, because I would much rather you save thousands of dollars and not go into debt. Um, that sounds like a good idea. This is probably sound advice for anybody out there. If you've been studying for the 1001, 1002 A plus for a while, don't switch to the new one. And I could tell you based off of like some of the other stuff that I saw when I was scrolling through there are some things that are changed for sure. And especially since they added Active Directory to the new A plus. Yeah. Man, I'm so shocked with Comptia right now. I'm sorry. I can't get over that. Way to go, Comptia. I'll still never work with you ever again because you're never mind. What to do after the CCNA? What do you want to do? What interests you about IT? The choice is yours. You are very welcome. And I'm sure you did prepare really hard for the interview. I don't know if they have any like career services there. I think you said New Horizons or my computer career or whatever I don't know, whatever. Hopefully they have some career services there. So hopefully they had some type of service along with whatever you paid for that helped with your interview and helped with your resume and things like that. If you're not getting that type of service from a boot camp, like that'd be ultra unfortunate as well, man. I'm reading my work chat, watching y'all, trying to look at the chat here. Crypto mining. Start a new job as system admin and you feel you can't solve any problems. Any advice? Thank you so much. Can you really not solve any of the problems, or you just feel like you can't solve any of the problems? Because feeling that way and not being like and not actually being able to do it, yeah, like could be imposter syndrome you got. I need more details. That's what I need. Shaw Swaggy. Oh, Shaw Swaggy? Shaw Swaggy. All right. Super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that very much. Is desktop support specialist similar to help desk? It could be. Um, it's very much along like the same level oftentimes. But you know, desktop support specialist, it based on that title, right? It should specialize more in it should be more specific than help desk where you might be like um really in charge like helping like imaging like mass imaging computers in an environment, or maybe it's just supporting all of, like the desktops, the PCs in an environment. You could be like more it could be more of like a technician type of role where like you get past things from the help desk that are more hardware infrastructure related. Like it is so hard to say. Like it's like we would have to like sit here and go on Indeed and look up, you know, 10 different desktop support specialist job descriptions and then compare that with 10 different help desk job descriptions, right? You're going to find a ton of similarities at the end of the day. Like there will be a crap ton of similarities. I guarantee that. What is this? After the CCNA grabbed the JNCIA. It's getting a big market push suddenly because some YouTuber with 2 million subscribers was paid a lot of money to go push a Juniper certification that has absolutely zero value in the market. Okay, maybe not zero value, but it has almost no value compared to a plethora of other certifications out there. So for me, in doing what I do in IT career questions and trying to help people find the best ways, paths, options into getting into IT, that is not it. Okay. I'm glad that Juniper can afford to pay a YouTuber that has 2 million subscribers lots of money to tell you to go and down that route. At the end of the day, it's not going to help you as much as you think it might, or whatever, even if it's free, whatever. There's probably great knowledge on there for you to learn, but it's very, very frustrating. Sorry. Truth hurts. I think Lizzo has a song on that, and it's really good. It's a banger for sure. I love Lizzo. Oh, super chat. Thank you very much for super chat. Mr. Blue Water 2121. Thank you very much. You're 40 plus, you're looking to start a career in IT. Do I have any recommendations on how to get started? You work at front desk, so you know software. Well, if you work at a front desk somewhere already, you have customer service experience. You more than likely have some type of experience with similar types of applications and software that are can be relevant to IT. My best advice for you is, start applying for some of the more entry level IT roles that are out there if that's something that you can afford to do, right? I don't know how much money you make, so that's it's always difficult, right? But if there's like a certain threshold of income that you need to make, then you need to start looking at like ways to increase your value, which would be like certifications, degrees, and of course, getting like experience. And there's so much advice that I can give around that. But I have so many videos that talk about that. Um, but yeah, that's my best recommendation for you to get started at this point is to just go apply for all of the help desk jobs that you see, all of the entry level IT jobs that you see. Just because like your age and your experience just in general, your experience in life, is going to be helpful for you in securing a role in IT. Real talk. You've been watching my videos for about 2+ years. You just got hired on from being a contractor to a major company. Thank you for having this platform and dropping knowledge. You're welcome. I just want to help people. I'm just here to help people. I'm glad I could help you. Evan Alligator, you're back. You missed. I was. I want to say it again. I was just having lots of fun talking about something that you would have had good laughs about. I'll throw it in the chat. Just throwing mad shade at. I put it in the chat for you. Good to have you back. Oh no, not a plug to that guy. Your company is refreshing all your networking to Juniper at last position too. No, yeah, I mean Juniper is it's definitely. I can't say it's definitely growing. It's out there. It's been around for a while. Maybe it's gaining some ground. But gosh, how do you compete with Cisco? And it's like I would like to see uh even comparing Cisco to HP because I would imagine HP. I would imagine they still have networking equipment, right? It's been a while since I've seen HP equipment out in the wild. But for some reason, like I would imagine that even HP has a larger market share in networking equipment than Juniper, just because HP is freaking massive. Best Linux cert to get first, Comptia Linux Plus is probably fine. There's also I can't think of the what LPI Linux Professional Institute. I believe they have like a entry level cert as well. Oops. You love my honest, straightforward candor. Yeah, I don't like to BS around. It's not fun to BS. I like to be very genuine and authentic because it's a lot more fun that way. It often gets me into more trouble, but YOLO, like legitimately, like YOLO. In terms of Microsoft certifications, which one do I think a SecOps analyst should do? Man, there I don't even like to talk about Microsoft certifications anymore because they changed everything so much. There's probably a role-based certification that would fit your path. What is this? Cage. Thank you very, very much for that super chat. You didn't have to do that. Honestly. That is a lot of dollars. I very much appreciate that, Cage. Very much. But goodness sakes. Thank you. I don't know what to say sometimes when you guys do that. Your super chat says 3 years ago, you were working in retail after doing IT in the Army. I inspired you to go back into IT. And since then, you've gone from making $20 an hour as a service desk tech to 120K a year as an information security manager. Thank you so much. That's wild. Like that is crazy. That makes me emotional, honestly. Like you put in like the hard work though. Like I'm glad that I could help in any way, right? But, like, congratulations to you. I am extremely proud of you and very, very happy for you. Like, 100% honestly, like, I really mean that because so many people come to this channel and, like, they hear some advice or hear something that I say. Um, some take that advice and run with it, and some don't, but man, like, when people come back and say, like, "Hey, you did XYZ," or "You inspired me," like, that's why I do this, like, so you didn't have to super chat me $50. Like, thank you. But you just coming back and saying, "Hey, I watched you a couple of years ago, and because of you, like I've been doing this 8 years now. 8 years come next September. September like 16th will be the eighth year of doing the IT Career Questions YouTube channel. So like seeing people like you, Cage, who come back years later and say, "Hey, because of you," like that is I can't even describe the amount of emotions that brings to me. Like, I just wanted to be here to help you, right? So I did that. Like, mission accomplished. It makes me feel really good. Um, Congratulations to you, for real. So cool. I need to switch so I don't cry, but thank you, for real. Ashen One, is there a dress code for help desk positions? Can you go to work wearing a hat? Depends on the organization. It really does. It really depends on that org. I worked for school districts and, I could often wear like t-shirts and shorts. And there was one time where I got in trouble because, excuse me, because a t-shirt had like too many skulls on it or something. And my boss was like, "Hey, can you not wear that t-shirt anymore?" And I was like, "Yeah, you got it." I've never been able to wear a hat uh in any IT and like for any job that I've ever had to go into though. Since I've been working remotely, though, often days I'll just work in my underwear and nothing else because I work from home. Who cares, right? Evan Alligator. Evan Alligator says he works with me because of me. That's actually true. Evan Ottinger, Evan Alligator. He works with me at TCM Security, and he often likes to tell me that he only works with me because he watched my videos years ago and I helped him. I really don't believe him. I believe you, but I have to tell you that I don't believe you because that's like, that's too much, man. That's like, it's completely mind blowing. So, Evan Ottinger works with me at TCM Security. Um, Gosh, see, like, this is what I mean. This is like so weird. It's so freaking weird. Evan watched my videos years ago and by like whatever I said in the videos and whatever advice I gave that like helped him, like it helped him like secure his path into the IT world. And he's been working in IT many years since, like watching my videos. And now as of, like what, 6 months ago, he's been working with me at TCM Security. So like I've literally like got to see like this full circle of like me helping somebody get into IT, them getting into IT, working in IT, and now I'm working with that person in IT. What the actual for real? Like mind blowing. Sorry. Thank you, Evan. Love you, bro. Nathan, what you saying now? Your advice of continually learn is the best anyone can listen to. You've been following me for 5 years. Oh my gosh. When you got in IT and your increase in salary start until now has been about $110,000. Man, I love you all. Like legit. I'm so happy to see like the success that, all of you guys get. I had this conversation with Dewan Lightfoot years ago, where I was so frustrated with things, and he really like got me pumped up about looking at like YouTube differently and what I was doing. And I was just frustrated because like I would often see like so many of you just like blow past me and everything that I'm doing, right? And like you guys are out here like doing working manager jobs, working like all of these amazing jobs and careers. And I'm sitting here still on YouTube, like telling people how to get started, right? Um, that was a really, really difficult thing for me to manage, like for a while. And now I've looked at that so completely different. Like I was happy for y'all then. I was definitely like jealous for sure. But now like I'm not jealous. I'm just so happy for you guys. And like I'm happy to be part of that in some way. Um, and I get to know that like my role was just that there to like help propel you into something better. So I'm so happy to see the success that people have gotten from watching whatever nonsense that I say out on the internet. Quite frankly, I love talking nonsense on the internet. It's a good time. Crazy Zazy, you wear hats every day in your job. It's super lax. That's legit. I wear multiple hats every day in my job. Reading through the chat and the questions, y'all. I'm sorry for the delay. I don't have anybody to pick my questions for me, like somebody else that I know who gets that luxury during their live AMAs. I have to read and pick my own questions. Sorry, I laugh at myself too much. I might have missed questions, but hey, Sith, you just got your first IT job as a tech support contractor for a big corp. They're making you go through various training for skills assessments, which is melting your brain. Any advice when you actually start? Well, when you actually start, ask a lot of questions and ask, if there's any way that you can help with different projects and things like that, and write everything down. Take lots and lots of notes. I have so many videos that talk about more advice than that, but that sums some of it up. Ashen One, you have a friend who works IT remotely. Do I think remote positions will last forever? I sure the hell hope so. If I'm going to be like completely honest with you, I don't see remote work going anywhere, especially when it comes to IT. However, you are often going to find that there will be a lot of entry level roles that will be on site. And that's going to be very much based on the organization. And maybe it's like maybe not like that entry role isn't so much on site servicing that organization. Maybe that entry level role services all of your remote workers, and you actually have to go out site to site to help search or to help support some of those workers that are remote. Um, yeah, I don't think remote work is going anywhere. Davey Poi, best cert path to hacking that also covers prerequisite skills. Hands down, that's going to be the practical network penetration tester certification from TCM Security. I'm putting it in the chat right now. Certifications.tcmsec.com. It is the PMPT certification. You could sign up. You can sign up there, and with training, the certification is $400. It comes with the training. It's 5 courses, and in those 5 courses, you will learn everything that you need to know to pass the PMPT certification. And that certification is unlike anything that you will see on the market right now as far as ethical hacking certification goes. And I say that because like the Comptia Pen Test Plus. Let's use that as an example because that's supposed to be a penetration testing certification, if you will. The Pen Test Plus is a multiple choice certification. I'm just going to leave that there. If you don't understand what that means, what I'm getting at with that is that, man, learning ethical hacking, penetration testing is it's a very, very advanced skill. There's very, very advanced techniques that come into play with that. And certifying you knowing that like what's required to do these things through a multiple choice exam is complete and utter garbage. Period. The end. The practical network penetration tester certification, the PNPT, is practical. We literally teach you like practical real world methodologies of learning like the real skills and methodologies and tools that real penetration testers use every single day. Okay. Like completely different than everything else that's out there. And it's completely different than the OSCP because the OSCP is like a capture the flag. So let's not go there. Also, with the PMPT certification, it's literally like you go on an assessment. That's what you do. You have 5 days to break into our network, right? You have 5 days to compromise our network. Um, Once you compromise our network, it could take you the full 5 days. It could take you like 3 days, whatever. Once you have broken into our network, you will then write a report saying, hey, this is how I broke into your network. These are the things I did. These are the things that you can do to fix them, etc., etc. Once you do that, you submit your report. Then you go through a 15-minute debrief where you go through one of our employees at TCM Security and walk them through like the process and what you did to break into our network. So it very much in like in every way possible mimics a real world penetration testing engagement. There's nothing out there that does that. And we teach you Active Directory as well. And we've been teaching Active Directory before, some of these other certification places out there that have been mentioned in the chat already today. I won't specifically call them out, but oh, by the way, Run CMD hats in the merch store, merch link in bio and all that fun stuff and all that. I'm just kidding. Don't go do that. Do I know how often you have to renew your Comptia certifications? Every 3 years. Is it hard to renew? They often have like CEU credits, which are continuing education credits. They're just like courses and stuff that you can go and take to like extend out your renewal. Got a link. You're interested? You're interested in the PMPT? I linked it earlier. It's the HTTPS certifications.tcm-sec.com. I think I spelled that right. Certifications. I'll put on the chat on the screen for you. Certifications.tcm-sec.com. Trying to make sure I spelled it right. Yeah. That's a good one. We're doing live streaming twice a week now for the PMPT, and that's been a lot of fun. Well, it looks like the chat has slowed down. I've probably missed a lot of questions. I only wanted to stay for a half an hour. If you've stuck around for longer than a half hour when you heard me say in the beginning of the stream that I was only going to stream for a half hour, thank you for sticking around. Cage, if you are interested in having your team take it, please reach out to me because we do offer bundled pricing for teams. So please holler at me. I'll give you my email. Back at tcm-sec.com. Please send me an email. I will give you all of the information that I have. Ryan, you are banned from the chat forever. Gosh darn you. Oh, I love you. Thank you for that. That made my day. The attendance code for the night is in the chat. There's your attendance code. Barney Rubble. What's up? Hi, Zach. How am I going? I'm going wonderful. You're following me on my LinkedIn. Pretty action-packed. I love LinkedIn. Kudos to me. Thank you. LinkedIn is definitely my favorite platform. Like, hands down. Like, I love LinkedIn. Like, most of the content on there is garbage, but I have a purpose for LinkedIn, and it serves my purpose so wonderfully well. Wonderfully well. I said that. You're darn right. Zach, oh, there can be only one. Your girlfriend says that I look like what Seth Rogen would look like if he fought a lion. What does that mean? I look rough? I don't understand. Is that like an insult? Did like the lion do I look like I got demolished by a lion or something? I think the hats are like 20 bucks, 20 to $22 or something. I don't know. I only make like $3 a hat. Very low profit margins. I was I think I saw the other day that like Linus Tech Tips hoodies are like 90 bucks. I have to look that up again. Like, cause I was just like, get the F out. Linus Tech Tips hoodie. Where's it at? I gotta find this. Yeah, $89 for a freaking hoodie. Linus, get out of here. What the heck? That grift. He's got that grift game on point, though. I mean, I actually kind of like Linus some of his videos. Yeah, look at that. 89.99 for the WAN hoodie. I mean, it's a decent hoodie, but I'm not going to pay 90 bucks for that. Are you out of your gourd? What the heck is wrong with you? People pay it though, I'm sure. Yeah, right. Right? Did I win or lose against the lion? All right, thank you. I'm gonna keep the stream live until I get this question. Did I get my ass kicked by the lion or did I kick the lions? But I said a bad word. YouTube is demonetizing this video now. Gosh darn it. I gotta close out all these stupid windows. Sorry. I'm waiting for Zach to get back to me with the answer here. I really would like to know. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, though. Does anybody have anything fun and exciting planned for this weekend? Anything fun at all? I'm not doing anything fun that I know of. We might go down to the Mendota Sweet Corn Festival. So if you are in the Illinois region, in the northwestern Illinois region, and you are familiar with the Mendota Corn Festival, you may find me there. Come hang out and eat some corns with me. I won the boxing match. Yes. Kicking lions' butts. I love it. Thank you, Zach. And thank you to your girlfriend. Give her a high five for me, please. Changing the brakes on the truck. That doesn't sound fun. Sleeping? Is that what that is? Swimming? I can't tell what that emoji is. Linus Tech Store is dumb. Yeah. Real quick, Zach, any luck with finding a company's server room? No, not yet. I really want to find a server room though. Like I'm gonna make it legit too. Like you guys can put like notes, like sticky notes over all your like naming conventions and IPs if you have them labeled on all of your stuff. You know, like we'll cover up all of the things. I literally like I just need access to a server room just to explain like, hey, this is what a server room looks like because there are so many people out there who are trying to get into IT and you're talking about a server room and they're like, what is that? Right. And it like it's going to be so foreign to them. It's just like I just want to show people what it's like. And I only say this because of my personal experience. Like I worked it was like 3 years, literally like 3 years working in IT, like doing like residential and small business service before I had ever walked into an actual server room. That was mind blowing to me. Like that was the coolest thing I ever got to experience. Like this is like where I belong, right? But it's very like eye opening to me. There's just like a lot to learn about that, but it's also extremely intimidating for sure. So like the whole purpose of like one of the videos that I like to do with like being in a server room is just kind of talk about like this is a server rack. In a server rack, you're gonna find servers, and this is what like a server looks like a rack mounted server, you know. But like also, and I'll put on the screen like these are what other servers look like, and I'll pull out like a Raspberry Pi because hey, that could be a server. And I'll pull out like a desktop and be like, hey, that could be a server. And I'll pull out like a MacBook and be like, yo, this MacBook, it could be a server too. But like when you step in foot into like an enterprise environment, this is what you're gonna find in a server room, right? And on top of like these server racks, you're going to have networking racks and all these switches with all of these cables running every which way, right? Like I feel like that would be so valuable to have on video. And I'm sure that there's already like YouTube videos out there that exist about that, but I want to do it my way, right? Like I have my idea and I want to run with it. What about a local store like Nordstrom or something? I mean, they're gonna have like a network closet probably. I want like a legitimate like server room, like with at least like 2 racks. It has to have like at least 2 racks. If it has 1 rack, that's not a server room. That's like just a little server closet, right? Maybe like 3 server racks would be more so a server room. You could probably fit 2 racks in a decent sized closet, a larger closet. Yeah. I can come down to Florida. Where are you at in Florida, Cage? I'll go to Florida. I got family down there. You had 3 racks at your store? 3 racks at the store alone? What? Yes, I am in Northwestern Illinois area, south of Tampa. Oh, alright. I like that area. Like, giggity. Heck yeah, giggity. Fort DeSoto Beach, in St. Petersburg, like that is my jam right there. Like, just thinking about Fort DeSoto, like, it makes me like, it makes me wanna just get on a plane right now and go there. Like, that the experiences I've had at Fort DeSoto Beach, and not anything crazy, not like parties or, like, wild experiences. It's just, like, the life or the like, just the thoughts that you can have on life just sitting there at that beach, like, that oh, man. That beach changed my life multiple times, just sitting there and with my thoughts. Yes, I know. Anyway, Imma kill this stream tonight. Thank you all for joining. I really appreciate it. I love talking with y'all and hanging out. Cage, feel free to reach out to me for sure. 45 minutes from Tampa, 30 from St. Petersburg. Solid. I love that area. All right. Y'all have a great night. Have a good weekend. Go learn things. Never stop learning because once you stop learning, well, that's a bad thing. Which website can you learn CMD from? Lots of them. YouTube. You're all welcome for the stream. Have a great night. Take care, y'all.